The 3D tower models used in this tower defense game prototype were all made using Hyper3D Rodin, an AI 3D editing platform which has a unique feature of applying local edits to existing 3D models to easily modify specific parts, like adding a thruster to this spaceship. This can be very useful, especially for game prototyping, where we want to create multiple versions of the same asset. Another great feature of Rodin is the bank to parts feature, which separates the model into smaller parts. For me, this is a game-changing feature. We can now easily animate parts of the model and integrate them into gameplay. When we open Rodin, all we need is an image reference, or Rodin can generate an image reference from a text prompt. When you have the prompt ready, simply click Generate. In a few minutes, Rodin will generate a 3D mesh based on the reference image, which at the end of the process is fully textured and looks great in a game prototype. But here's where Rodin really stands out from other AI 3D generators. There is a Modify button to redo the selected part of the model. In my case, I needed a few different tower types for my game, so I chose the local Modify option. I selected the top part of the model and typed a text prompt. For large wooden windmill sails, add a circular millstone housing at the center. When we press Generate, Rodin will show us the image preview of what it will change. We can confirm or retry the generation by clicking the Retry button, adjusting the prompt or the selection area. When we accept, we now have the production tower. One limitation is that local edits may not work well when selecting a very small region or when you need to edit fine details. To generate a Magic or Tesla tower, I opened the original tower model and used Fork button to reuse the same geometry. Now, I am able to modify the tower. I need to select the top of my tower again and type a different prompt. Large glowing crystal orb mounted on metal brackets. After a few retries, I have my new Tesla tower. This way, I was able to generate a few different tower variations for my game prototype from a single base tower model. Now, Rodin definitely won't replace a real 3D artist. AI generation can be a bit unpredictable. This is the base tower I started with, and on the first try, Rodin generated this decent-looking shooter tower. But running the same prompt again produced a quite different result. Rodin can be a really useful tool, but it may take a few tries to get the results you're looking for. Another useful feature is that you can upload your own 3D models into Rodin. So if I want to add turrets to the wings of the spaceship, I select the wings and the body area of the model, and with a specific prompt like add laser turrets on the wing tips, Rodin does a pretty good job of modifying the model. I can now take this version of the model and modify it again. I'll select the back section of the spaceship and type oversized afterburner engine. The preview looks good, so I'll generate it, and here's the modified spaceship. If you're not happy with the result, you can always roll back to a previous version in the history section and try a different prompt. You can tweak different generation parameters, like setting a T-pose for characters or specifying whether the model is symmetric, and use the slider to set the orientation of the model. Use the Redo button to adjust the generated mesh until you're happy with it. When you're ready, confirm the geometry and choose the quality settings. For game prototypes, Smart Low Poly usually works best. After applying textures, you'll get a pretty nice looking model. If you want to animate a generated model, this is where things get interesting. Rodin has a bank to parts feature that separates the model into individual parts. You can then generate textures, and Rodin will apply them based on the same image prompt, or you can modify it and add more images or add a text prompt. Here you can also tweak parameters and use Redo to recreate the texture. When you're satisfied, confirm the material and download the model in various formats including FBX and GLB. Currently, the axis alignment matches Blender's coordinate system, but Rodin should be introducing a conversion option soon. The model is already separated into parts. If you unpack the prefab, you can group the parts under a parent object to easily animate them in your game. And that's how you can use Rodin to make 3D assets for your game prototypes. If you want to try Rodin yourself, sign up on Hyper3D website and use my promotional code for additional 14 days free trial on their paid subscriptions. Links are in the description.